So welcome to the premiere event for the Carter's Family Reunion. Ernest Smith Productions. You see, Ernest Smith is the guy who brought all of this videography equipment down here that you see. Ernest Smith has followed me all the way to Miami for my film festival that I run in Miami called Miami Web Fest. And that being said, I want to give a special thank you to the city of Hampton. Because the city of Hampton, yes, give it up for the city of Hampton. The mayor is right here. Several members of the city council are right here. I want to thank Maverick Entertainment also. Maverick Entertainment is our distribution company. And I understand the value that comes from the city providing you with a platform and publicly supporting your vision when you are an artist. And because of that, I want to give a very special recognition to our mayor. Put your hands together for Mayor Donnie Tuck of the city of Hampton.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Let me first of all want to acknowledge my fellow council member, Hope Harper, and our city treasurer, Chris Lee. And I know today actually was a cool day for most of the council members. There were 2 graduations and some other events, but I anticipate others will be here. But let me say this, though. I met Brian back in February when he hosted his first Virginia Black Film Festival at Hampton University. And I was really impressed by that event. And he and I had a conversation afterwards, and we talked about the fact that he had previously been hosting this film festival in Miami, but he wanted to bring it to Virginia. And so I thought that was special. And so, he invited us out to be a part of this tonight, and I think it's also special that he's doing this premiere here. But we're trying to focus on the arts in Hampton. We talk about STEM, but sometimes folks add an A, and they call it STEAM for the arts. And so we're trying to do that. We're trying to, we don't have as many public spaces as some localities do, but we're trying to have more public art. Now, that's the display aspect of it. Here is the performing, and that's what Brian's good at. And so we're trying to support that in any capacity we can. Thank you all for coming out. I was excited about tonight's premiere. When I went to the film festival, I was not familiar with Maverick Black Cinema. Now I am more knowledgeable about it. If you have Tubi or Roku, you can get to Tubi. And Tubi, you can do a search for Maverick Black Films, and you will come up with this whole genre of films that is entertaining. And so, again, I just want to thank you for this, and thank you for your investment in Hampton. And I will encourage our council and our city staff to invest in you. And every chance I get, as I move about the city, I will tell them how you have made Hampton special in what you do, and we need to support you. Thank you.
I would say from my perspective, and really every project that I've worked on, especially with Brian gives us the freedom to kind of explore and try to pull things out of the character that's not necessarily written on paper. So he gives us that freedom to bring in what we see is the realness of the character. So that's what I appreciate, and what that does for me, that allows me to elevate the character, to bring more dimension to it.
Being a Latina actor is really hard for me sometimes because of my accent. Brian is more like, nope, don't change nothing. Use the accent, study the character, and bring it. And he believes in me, not 99%, but 100%. That makes me confident, and that's the person that you want to work with. Amazing.
I'd have to piggyback on you too. Basically, even though we study the lines and we learn the script, he allows us to be ourselves and to build the character that works best for us. And we always have a great time on set, so unlike some other sets, you know, it's not stressful at all. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree with them on that because there have been some sets I've been on. Oh, you can't do that. You got to be limited to the script. But see, with Brian, you know, he allows you to bring that character to life and like be yourself. Because me, I'm more like when I go on set to do movies, I'm like full of energy. When I go on this set, I be full of energy. But there've been some sets that I've been on, and no, you gotta say like the script and all that. And when you do that, I feel like I'm not giving my full self as an actor. You know, so I really want to, when I play roles and play characters, I want to give it like 100%. I mean, I want to give it all my energy, be the John, you know, so yeah, I agree with them as well.
Fantastic question.
What has changed?
Yeah, I would say from my perspective, what has changed in the last probably 7 to 8 years that I've been in the business is that there are multiple platforms available now. There's multiple streaming platforms. There's obviously a lot of online content as well as the normal traditional channels. So I would say there's a lot more out there, and you know, which equates to a lot more opportunities, and they're looking for a lot of different faces and more faces like us.
You know, 49 is platform.
49.
49.
A lot has changed. COVID has changed a lot, but for the better. When COVID hit and everything was shut down, all production was shut down everywhere. So people had to be creative. So there are a lot of independent film companies now. And just like the gentleman said, there are different streams now. Tubi, there's Pluto, all kinds of options for you to present your pieces, your projects. I think as for me, because I've been doing the acting since 2010, 2011, I like the fact that I have more options now. Everything is not union because they're independent films, so you can do either union or non-union work. And the fact that Brian here with Virginia Black Film Festival and his movies, I don't have to travel to Atlanta. I don't have to travel to New York or wherever everything is being filmed. I could just hop in my car and just drive up here. So that's been something that's wonderful as far as the industry here lately.
Well, for me, it's always a role out there for somebody like me, with my accent, with my look. I'm just happy because I book it. Yes.
All right. One last question right here.
So are all your cast and all the actors professional?
Yes.
If they weren't before, they are now.
When you get your first paycheck, you are no longer an amateur.
Yes, all right. Right there, you had a question? Hey. Thank you.
And I want to say everybody did a great job. It was really funny. Lots of things to be very good. But I wanted to know, what does the movie mean to you? And what is it that you want the message to be to everybody for them to get out of the world? And also, what are some of the challenges that you may have faced along the journey of producing?
Ooh, that was a 1-2 punch, wasn't it? All right, so the first one, as far as the messaging, because I think we touched on the challenges a little bit, but I'll answer for myself. So as far as the messaging, you'll notice that there's a lot of messages in there, right? It's not just one. For me, it was the importance of building generational wealth to counter generational curses through real estate specifically, right? And it was also the importance of family, that families come in different shapes and sizes, but what is important is that there is love and you have to find it and you have to fight for it. And there's no such thing as giving up. So, in addition to that, the fact that we have to teach the next generation about these things, right? So the next generation, is coming up. I'm looking at this generation now that they don't even play outside. You know what I mean? Like they don't have the experiences that people, who are adults now really had as we were growing up due to technology. So you'll notice that those kids, when they were playing, they were told they couldn't play with their phones, during the family reunion. And that was very intentional. The other thing that message that I wanted to give had to do with picking up the pieces when you experience trauma. The brother, when they were in there smoking, of course, I also threw in there the conspiracy that the government wants you to smoke so you'll forget about your goals and stuff. It's just a conspiracy theory. I just threw it in there. It's something to consider, though. But what was important was, about that and the little baby, was the baby was there to inspire him to pick up the pieces and move forward.